Yes, sir.
Thank you all. They all work for the Heat to come out and welcome number 95. It was great the other day to see how he came to that number, because he drove all the way from Milwaukee on 95 down to Miami. And I like that number because it reminds me of a double-double somewhere along the way. So this is a long time coming for me, as the pursuit was there for a number of years. I always loved his game, right out of Arkansas to Chicago to Washington, New York, Dallas, and finally Milwaukee. And prototype power forward, very versatile, scorer. As I mentioned, I think last year led the league in double-doubles coming off the bench, and a hell of a player. And we're very fortunate to have him part of our organization. And so it's sort of a dream, an aspiration of mine that came true. And I think with Bam and Giannis and Nico and Bobby, that we got a very potent power rotation that's very versatile. So I just want to welcome you, sir, and to his mom, Tina. I think she's here, and Brittany, people that are part of his life, and okay, that his family here is too today. So now they are officially Miami Floridians. Spo.
Well, Bobby and I got to know each other over the years in a playoff game. I mean, we feel like we battled against these guys quite a bit. He bumped me on the sideline to send me a message. I don't think I was moving. He wasn't moving, so we collided against each other. But we've had some great battles over the years, and really respected him. And finally got to know him when I was on the staff for the World Cup team in 23, and we were able to spend a lot more time together. And I saw that there was another side to him. There was the competitor side of him, that we disliked very much. Hated hearing that chant over in Milwaukee all the time, but it was a chant that was born out of love and respect for what he brings to the game, and that's a lunch pail, physical mentality. But I really enjoyed my time with the USA team, just to see him, his family, his whole circle, a totally different side of him, and that's what we really respect and love about him, and thought he would be a great fit here.
Bobby's an old school player. He could have played for me with the Knicks. He could have played back in the day with the Lakers. His game transcends, I think, any era. And I think Coach will utilize him extremely well. I can see a big front line. That's me sitting behind a desk, upstairs where there's a lot less pressure. But there's a lot of things with Wiggs, from that standpoint. Tim Hardaway Jr. is here, and so I think it's just going to begin to get better and better. I can't wait for training camp, but the anxiety for me is over. I can now finally go to Europe on Saturday. My wife is upset with me. Oh!
Yeah, first and foremost, just want to give a big shout out to the Heat organization for allowing me to be a part of this trade, allowing me to grace the culture. I was born to be a Heater, so it fits right in with me. You feel me? It was my favorite team growing up. Just want to put that out there. I think me and Bam's relationship has strictly been built off of just being competitors. I'm a super competitor, and he is as well. We had a couple playoff series against one another. We went at it. We beat them one year. They beat us, in 2023. So just think our relationship has strictly been built off of just being competitors, and that's what I like about him. He goes hard, and every year he gets better. When you're a pro, you have one job, and that's to come back every year in shape, come back every year better and getting better, and that's what I see in him. One thing I can help with him is just being on the floor, being a vocal leader. As my career has evolved, as I've evolved as a person and man, I've become a better leader on and off the court. So I'm going to be a leader from day one.
I got a call after about a month of discussion, and the call came late, and he said to me, "We have a deal." And he closed the deal, and we both sort of screamed out loud, "Yeah!" Yeah! Now there's another one we have to land, but I just want to welcome Giannis here, and this is, in my mind, a long time coming. I think the city of Miami deserves it. I think they want it, right? Right, that they want it up there. And I remember, and also the first call that I had with Giannis when we could speak. It wasn't long, but I felt and heard the conviction in his voice about the same things that I wanted, that Spo wants, that the Harrison family wants. He just talked about winning. There didn't have to throw a bunch of bouquets at one another. It was business right on that phone call. And he wants to win, and he wants to win big.
A little while ago, Pat called me into his office, and he looked at me and said, "Do you want to coach Giannis?" Yes. Bruh. I didn't ask why he asked the question. I didn't ask how it could work. I just walked out of the office and let him and Andy get to work. But obviously, this is a great day for the city of Miami, the organization, and we're hopeful that this is an amazing day and run for Giannis and his family. We're excited about it, obviously, and that's a big-time understatement. We just think he shares so many of the perspectives on how we want to compete, how we approach competition. He is fierce. We've had a lot of battles with him, and out of that has been a lot of respect. Always respected how he competes. He is a force of will, a force of nature, has an absolute will to win. And on any given day, he's already done it twice in his career where he's been the best on the planet. But on any given day or year, he can be best in the planet. And that's what we're looking forward to, moving forward. No pressure on that, but we have big expectations, big dreams, and you need somebody like this man right here to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And we're looking forward to this collaboration, working together, hopefully to produce great things ahead for this organization.
Giannis, first of all, welcome to Miami. Will Mansell, WPLG TV. What you heard Pat and Spo talk about the respect they had for you. In turn, though, in those battles through the years, what was the respect like level for you in the Heat organization, and why you thought eventually this could possibly be a great fit for you as a player?
I think from the first battle we had, and from the first years I played in the NBA, I always had huge respect for the Miami Heat organization. And around the league, we, as players, we speak, we talk, and you always share about the Miami Heat culture and that guys work hard, guys are very disciplined, guys are very driven, and guys are very selfless and give everything that they can to win games. And I always was curious, what makes them so unique. In my career with the Bucks, we try to kind of recreate that. We try to create a culture that we come in here, we do our job, it doesn't matter who shines. all that matters is winning. And everybody leaves their kids behind, their wives behind, their husband behind, the people that they love behind for the common goal, which is to win. We spend more time with our teammate and the staff than with our own family, right? So if we are going to do that, we got to have the same mindset that at the end of this road, we might have a chance to win a championship. And I saw that Miami, when I started playing basketball, I think the big three was around 2010, 11, 12, 13. I think those are the years. Prior to that, I'm not gonna lie, I never watched the NBA basketball, so I didn't know much. But I kind of grew up under that era. So I know the expectations that this team has. I love pressure. Coach Spoelstra talked about pressure, and I think I thrive pressure. I think I need pressure at this time of my career. I think in order for me to go to the next level, I got to get out of my comfort zone, and I feel like Miami was a place for me to be. We are very like-minded as a team, and me, and it was a no-brainer. I wanted to be here. I'm excited to be here, and I want to get to work.
What does it mean to land him now, especially after, there are certain eras. There was a big three era, Dwayne was here and retired and all those things, but to land another superstar, what does that mean to you at this point?
I truly understand, because of my experience going back into the 70s, with Jerry West and Wilt Chamberlain and Elgin Baylor, and then going on with Kareem and Magic and James Worthy, et cetera, and going into New York with Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley, et cetera, and then getting Zoe and Tim, and then getting, Karan, drafting him with Dwayne in 2003, and then getting Shaquille. I'm sorry, Karan. It's okay. And winning the title. The big three was something that Andy and I had talked about for a long time. From 2006, we planned to have the room and the space, and thank God that they all decided they wanted to play together. They were banging their heads against the wall about trying to win in Cleveland and Toronto, and they ended up here, and that was wonderful. And then it was Jimmy Butler, and 2 trips to the finals, and now we got Giannis. And I think this is just part of who the Heat are in the pursuit of excellence. But you don't win championships unless you have greatness on the court and on the bench. And it isn't just one player. I think Bobby Portis, as you listened to him today, made some great comments about what it takes to win and being on the same page, just as Giannis just talked about. And so I'm just excited, so excited for this challenge. And challenge is nothing more than in playing for higher stakes. And if you don't want to play for higher stakes in the NBA, you might as well go play in the boys club somewhere, or the CYO or something like that. But that's why I'm excited that we had this opportunity, and we're going to try to make the most of it. But we have a lot of work to do, as he said. So it's a great day. It's just a great day, and I'm excited about it. I know that I was remiss in mentioning one guy, and I don't want to get knocked out. Bam was one of those guys that came in here too. Bam was in 2019, came in here, and he's been basically the foundation of this organization since then. So, you got me? I'm good, right? Okay. And he had a lot to do, obviously, because of the relationship with Giannis and convincing all of us that this is the way that we should go. So, go on. Bam, I got you. And he came all the way back from Vegas, to see this. So he's honoring this man.
When you got here, you said we landed the plane. Now there's another one we have to land. I assume you're referring to a 24-year veteran of the NBA, but also what are the challenges of putting the pieces to win a championship together? And does it help when you have a top 5 player in the league?
Well, that definitely helps when you have the top 5 player in the world, maybe, So, you want to argue about that, go ahead. That's what your job is. But As far as the 24-year veteran, that is something that would happen organically. I hope I'm not talking out of both sides of my mouth here, but you never know that you're ever going to win a title until you win one. But you'll never win one if you don't have the talent. From that standpoint, this is a team that we have right now, and I'm happy with it. And I think, this is Spo's challenge, and I don't want to put any pressure on him, but he knows what he wants. He knows what we have to do. So we'll see what happens in the future. That's all. And this is a day-to-day process right now. The first thing to do is be landed a 747. Okay, you want to characterize the other guy? You can go ahead and characterize him. Is that the biggest plane? I think it is, isn't it? Commercial plane. Okay, that's all. Spo, anything else? We're good.
Giannis, Giselle Espinales from NBC. Welcome to Miami. You talk about the fact that there's new things, knowing where to go to the court, where the practice court is, but also you have some familiarity with having Bobby join you here too. How excited are you to have this journey here together with him as well?
I'm really excited. I've been with Bobby, I think 6 or 7 years now. We won a championship together. We actually sit next to each other. Our lockers are next to each other. And in the facilities across of one another. I've said this about Bobby, a lot of people have a lot of things to say about me, a lot of things to say about Bobby, but one thing that I know about him is that, when it's game time, when the popcorn is popping, he's going to be ready to go. And as a leader, as a player, as a teammate, you want to have guys like that around you. They've never been, Bobby probably missed, in six years, probably missed 10 games. And the game that he missed is because, he had some loss within his family. He was always available. And, when I'm in that locker room, I know that he's going to tighten up his shoes and he's going to be ready to go. And I'm excited to be with a guy like that here in the Heat. And obviously it's like my, my running mate. We're going to try to figure things out together. It's like having a partner. So that's also nice.